Hi, I'm Dr. James Fuller. I've been asked to explain how the human respiratory system works. As you may know, the primary function of our respiratory system is to obtain oxygen for use by our body's cells and to eliminate the carbon dioxide that our cells produce. Our first step in understanding the respiratory system is to take a look at the various parts. In general, this system includes airways that lead into and out of the lungs and, of course, the lungs themselves. Our lungs allow oxygen to enter the body in exchange for its waste product, carbon dioxide. As the oxygen passes through your nose and mouth, it's rapidly warmed and moistened to avoid injury to the delicate lining of our airways. The nose and airways trap large particles like dust, pollen, molds, and bacteria, and also chemicals which could cause serious injury to the lungs. The air is then transported through the trachea and bronchi to smaller airways called bronchioles. These airways have branches, like a tree, so that millions of small airways can carry oxygen to the tiny air sacs called alveoli. The airways have a delicate cellular lining called mucosa, which is coated with a thin layer of mucus. Foreign particles are trapped by the sticky mucus and eventually removed from the airways through the normal cleansing process. The process is assisted by the movement of tiny whip-like structures called cilia that move the mucus and trapped foreign particles up toward the mouth and nose, where they're coughed and sneezed out or swallowed. Bundles of muscles surround the airways, and the contraction of these muscles directs the flow of air. Now that we're familiar with the parts of the respiratory system, let's take a look at the process. We need a continuous supply of oxygen for cellular respiration, and we must get rid of excess carbon dioxide, which is the poisonous waste product created in our cells. Gas exchange is the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the air and the blood in the lungs. Blood enters the lungs through the pulmonary arteries. It then moves through arterioles and into the alveolar capillaries. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged between the blood and the air. The blood then flows back to the heart through the pulmonary veins.
Asthma is a chronic disease that affects your airways, the tubes that carry air in and out of your lungs. In asthma, the inside walls of your airways are inflamed or swollen. The inflammation makes them very sensitive, and they tend to react strongly to things that you're allergic to or find irritating. Put simply, asthma is primarily a chronic inflammatory disease of the airways. This means that people with asthma have inflamed airways, which causes two secondary symptoms. First, the bronchi, which are the airway branches leading to the lungs, become overly reactive and more sensitive to all kinds of asthma triggers, such as allergens, cold and dry air, smoke, and viruses. Second, the lungs have difficulty moving air in and out, which is called airflow obstruction. Together, these symptoms cause the additional symptoms of coughing, wheezing, chest tightness, and others. These symptoms are most common at night and in the early morning. When your asthma becomes worse than usual, it's called an asthma episode or attack. In a severe asthma attack, the airways can close so much that not enough oxygen can get to your vital organs. In some cases, asthma attacks can be fatal. Unfortunately, asthma can't be cured. However, most people with asthma can control it so that they have fewer, less frequent symptoms and can live normal, active lives.